If you're like most people, you carry both a debit and credit card in your wallet. Both cards make it easy for you to swipe to pay and be on your way. But which card is better, debit or credit? Debit cards are undoubtedly a convenient way to pay, but they also come with significant risks and hidden costs. In this video, we'll discuss why you should quit using your debit card and instead switch to a credit card. Then we'll share with you a tip on how to protect yourself if you must use a debit card. And we'll tell you the 6 places where you should never ever pay with a debit card. Stick around for that. So what are the consumer protections available for debit cards versus credit cards? According to the Fair Credit Billing Act and the Electronic Fund Transfer Act, if your debit or credit card is lost or stolen and someone uses it fraudulently, you are protected under federal law. However, the particular types of protection you get can vary. With debit card fraud, you are out of the money until things are resolved. So if you report the loss or theft within 2 business days of discovering it, you are liable for a maximum of $50 of the unauthorized transactions. But what happens if you don't report the fraud within 2 days? If the loss or theft of the card is reported within 60 calendar days of receiving your monthly statement, your maximum liability increases to $500. And if you don't report the fraud within the 60-day window, you could lose all the money taken from you. With credit cards, if the card number is stolen, you are not liable for unauthorized charges under federal law. If the actual card is taken, you will be held accountable for no more than $50 of the charges you did not authorize. Evidently, as you can see, when you use a credit card instead of a debit card, you have a lot more flexibility and protection. Furthermore, when you dispute a credit card charge, you are not required to pay the disputed portion of the bill until the issue is resolved. But unfortunately, this is not the case with debit cards. If the money leaves your checking account due to fraudulent debit card use, you are out of the cash until the dispute resolution process is completed, and that can take months. But there is even more bad news when it comes to debit cards. The lack of consumer protection for debit card purchases is not the only downside. There are other pitfalls. Banks promote debit cards as if they are equivalent to cash, but they are deceitfully wrong. When it comes to debit cards, there's a different psychology involved than with cash. If you take the lone $1 bill out of your pocket and spend it at the vending machine, it is gone and you know it. With physical cash, there's a clear sense of limit that you don't have with debit cards. This is the reason you're more likely to get a grip on your spending than using any kind of plastic, whether debit or credit. Still, another reason you should quit using your debit cards is the fact that the holes on debit cards lock up cash. When you check into a hotel or rent a car, the company will often place a hole on your card. This is a precautionary measure to take in case you damage the room, the car, or incur unexpected charges. If you use a debit card, the hole can tie up actual cash in your checking account, making it unavailable for purchases. If you use a credit card, a portion of your credit limit is reserved in case there is a problem, but no actual cash is frozen. When you check out of the hotel or return the vehicle, the hole is released. If you're not subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button you see below and like this video to get the most out of your money. Here are the 6 places you should not use a debit card. Buying air travel. There are a host of things that can go wrong as you jet around the world, including your airline going bankrupt, as has happened several times in the last few years. If you are one of the unfortunate customers who booked a flight on a bankrupt carrier with a debit card, there is no way to get that money back. Buying home appliances. There are many credit cards that will double the manufacturer's warranty when used to make purchases. This gives added peace of mind when buying large ticket items like household appliances. This is definitely not something your debit card will do for you. Using out-of-network ATMs. Your risks of falling victim to scammers go way up if you use independent ATMs. Even though scammers can be found in banks, they are less common due to the presence of security cameras. Paying at the gas pump. gas stations usually place a $1 hold on your account when you swipe your card at the pump to validate your account. This hold can last for several hours and are sometimes for more than $1. You can easily see how this could overdraft your account. To avoid this, walk inside and pay the cashier. Eating out. Given that some restaurants have a high rate of turnover, you risk encountering dishonest employees gaining access to your card number. And don't forget, you have less legal protection than if you pay with a credit card. Shopping online. Credit cards are a far better option when shopping online. If the items don't show up at your doorsteps, you have a 60-day window to do a chargeback, and the card issuer refunds your money. Debit cards are rife with hidden threats for your pocket. We understand that parting with debit completely may not be for everyone. If you find it virtually impossible to abandon this type of plastic, you should take this one precautionary step to protect yourself. Open a second checking account and link your debit card to it. Then, only deposit funds into this second account that you plan to utilize for debit card transactions. By doing it this way, even if your debit card or card number is compromised, your primary checking account will not be jeopardized. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you want to get the most out of your money, then hit the subscribe button now and leave a comment saying, "I subscribe," and we will personally respond to your comment. And as always, see you next time.